Perhaps the productive discussion to have here is how does this stack up against other bullpups?
Yeah, because we've been into the bullpup versus not bullpup argument. Let's talk about the bullpup.
Right. Some people like them, some people don't. Let's say, for argument's sake, you want a bullpup. This is one of the best out there.
Shooter will start with their rifle fully loaded and held at low ready in the hula hoop to my left, camera right. At buzzer, shooter will engage both steel from the right side of the barricade with their right hand as primary. Shooter will then engage both steel while shooting underneath the wall, freestyle. Shooter will then engage both steel while firing between the slats of the 3 levels of the stairs, not the bottom. Here, here, and above. So step 1, step 2, and top, freestyle. Shooter will then engage both steel from the opposite of the barricade using their left hand as their primary. Shooter will then finish the stage engaging both steel above the barricade, standing on top of the stairs, freestyle. After all hits are required, shooter will not move from any position until the hits have been acquired from that position. Anything less than 14 hits will be considered a miss. If nothing else, it's above average. Hit! 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 Better. Hit! 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 Hit!
And the only thing is, if you outrun them, then you have to time.
Hit! Hit!
Load it into the chamber and then shoot.
Hit! 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 All right, I gotta say, this stage out of all of them was the first moment, for me at least, where I actually felt like there was at least some advantage, or I felt that the handling of a bullpup, this being the MDR, was a bit of an advantage. When it was on the steps for me, that transition from step 1 to 2 to 3 was like super easy for me.
Interesting.
And I feel like, I don't know that it's like seconds of difference, but I would say there was at least some subjective difference, in my opinion, in terms of my ability to transition from those ports.
Okay, I didn't see that myself.
You didn't feel it?
No.
Okay.
It worked fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel any particular benefit from it.
Okay, but no detriment either?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I think there are some downsides to this rifle that we can talk about.
Okay.
But nothing that specifically... Once again, the rifle has worked perfectly. Been out here all day now, not a single malfunction with it.
Not one. I think that said, for our audience, there needs to be more thorough testing in-range style.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think at some point we're going to want to do like a whole bunch of different ammunition.
Yep. I want to know if it'll shoot Tula.
Well, yes. Now, I don't think that they warranty that. They said that with
Probably
the 308.
not.
But we should find out.
Yeah.
This is on standard setting 4 gas system. You used Wolf Gold.
Yeah.
And I used Federal XM 193. Roughly equivalent loadings, but from very wildly different manufacturers.
Yep.
But no issues whatsoever. No change in zero, no malfunctions, no issues.
Yeah.
But we need to try a whole variety of ammo, and that'll be a different video. But as for the match today, no issues.
Yep.
Okay. In terms of overall handling, I still have a hard time myself with getting to this bullpup mindset. I just do.
If you gave me the choice between that and a What Would Stoner Do rifle, I would take the What Would Stoner Do.
Now, what we're talking about here in difference, we explained in the second video of this series, the What Would Stoner Do gun with a 14.5 inch barrel was what, maybe 4 or 5 inches longer than this gun max?
Something like that.
With the muzzle device.
Get a couple extra inches of length. It's about 2 pounds, 2 to 2.5 pounds light.
This is about 8.5 pounds without an optic. our carbines, or most AR-15s especially, are somewhere between, you can get them around 6 pounds with what the Stoner do gun. So a 2 pound difference there. You can also have a match trigger, of course.
Yep.
But you're losing 1.5 inches of barrel. You're gaining an overall length, extraneous overall length of about 4 inches.
Yeah.
You're getting 16-inch barrel, losing about 4 inches overall length.
Yeah.
It's an issue for the audience, I think, to determine what's important to them.
So perhaps the productive discussion to have here is, how does this stack up against other bullpups?
Yeah, because we've been into the bullpup versus not bullpup argument. Let's talk about the bullpup.
Right. Some people like them, some people don't. Let's say, for argument's sake, you want a bullpup. This is one of the best out there.
I think so. We've shot most of them. You've got your FAMAS. We shot the Keltec. We shot I've shot an FS2000 extensively. We've shot the Tavors.
Yep. Double shooting with the AUG.
Yeah, a little bit of the AUG. And of all of those, before now, the FAMAS is always, actually, I really mean this, and it's not to pet your francophilia. It really is. No, it really is the best bullpup I've ever handled. I will continue to say that. Now, it's got some deficiencies with optics mounting and stuff, but overall handling and balance, it's there.
Yep.
After that, I was saying the FS2000 was the second best. I'm going to change that to say it's the MDR.
Okay.
If you want a bullpup, you can't get a FAMAS, and you really want a bullpup.
Which is to say, if you want a bullpup.
Would you agree with that assertion at this point?
I think I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the ambidextrous nature.
It really is, no matter whether you change the plates or not, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
But compared to something like a Tavor, I do like the ambidextrous nature. That is something the FAMAS doesn't do.
Yes.
And I just overlook it in the FAMAS because I really like everything else about it.
Yeah. The trigger's better in this than all the others that are on the market, with the exception. But actually, the FAMAS trigger's surprisingly good too, which is interesting.
It's on par with this.
Yeah, again, pretty much like a mil-spec AR trigger.
As a general rule, this is going to be more ambidextrous than any of the others, partly because of the ejection and partly because of all the rest of the controls. All the handling is very nicely set up. The charging handles work well. The optics rail is set up nicely. The pistol grip is comfortable. I don't like the rear heavy balance of it. That's one of my complaints. Yeah, like the balance is like here.
Like,
yeah, you can't.
That's where the balance is.
No, it's still falling over on you. The balance is like here, front of the mag well, I think.
Yeah, I can't even do it. The balance point is about here.
Yeah.
Now, some people are going to argue that means you can do this. You can do the one-handed thing, which is true. But this is still a heavy gun.
Yeah, I would like it balanced on the pistol grip.
Yes.
I don't really like the fact that you can't put a bipod on it, and I think it does suffer in respect to other traditional designs for shooting prone, because you can't get a bipod, you can't really monopod on the magazine very well. You can do it, there are ways you can do it, but it's not as easy as a traditional pattern rifle. But again, compared to the other bullpups, they all have those issues.
I am absolutely, I said this in one of the earlier videos, I'm going to get a 40-round PMag, and I'm going to put one of those footsies on there. I think that might make a big difference. Now, it's still not as good as a bipod, but I think that would help a lot with the monopod of the mag on the ground. In terms of ergonomics and speed, I would say that this is designed in a way that you're never going to accidentally disengage the magazine like we had with the Tavor. That was a real problem.
And the MDR as well.
Doesn't happen.
RDB.
Has not happened on this gun.
Correct, and it never will.
I don't think it will. The bolt release being here, that if you train to it, could be just as fast as an AR.
Yep.
I think this is a bullpup that if you were to put a lot of effort into it, you could be as speedy as you could with a conventional rifle, but you're going to have to change your paradigm of thinking in your training regimen.
Yeah.
So at this point, until we do more torture testing, I'm going to say I'm impressed by the engineering. I'm overall impressed by the handling. The weight is a concern. The balance is a concern. The lack of a bipod is a concern, but that's a bullpup issue. And that if you can't get a FAMAS,
get it in 5.56.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Don't get it in 308.
Easily. That's 100%. We're both in agreement on that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That covers it for me.
I think it does. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. In full disclosure, the gun and the conversion kit was provided to us by Desert Tech. We did not buy this. The ammo was provided by you, the viewer. So that said, hopefully you feel that this was a very fair result, because I think that we treat these things fairly regardless of if we buy them or not.
Hopefully.
And I will say that I'm impressed with Desert Tech dealing with the issues we had with the 308 gun. They were very responsive and they fixed the gun. And now the 223 gun, 5.56 gun, right out of the box, didn't have an issue. So, pretty cool. If you like this kind of stuff, please consider supporting us on Patreon. All the ammunition you saw today and all of the other things we needed to do to get here to do this for you was because of you, the supporter. It is really you that keep InRange alive, because we get no monetization from anyone. This is not a paid review. We don't get ad revenue from anyone. It's strictly you, the viewer. If you can't support us via Patreon, we get it. Please subscribe to one of our multiple channels. You can find them all on InRange.tv and share with your friends.